Well, first, I felt like I was at a petting zoo. The owner, she did not want to go on camera. We do know she is from out of state and was in the process of transporting the zebras to an animal sanctuary in Montana. She says she pulled over to check on the trailer, and that's when the animals somehow got loose. The incident turning North Bend into a wild zoo for a few hours Sunday.
I called someone. I was like, so I found the missing zebras. Like, they're in my yard.
It's the call you don't expect to make on a rainy Sunday, but it's one Whitney Bloomquist says she won't soon forget.
I mean, this is Washington. Washington alone would I have thought, like, zebras are on the loose in Washington, but let alone North Bend.
Four zebra originally escaped Sunday afternoon from their trailer while in transport not far from I-90 in North Bend. The animals quickly parading around this restaurant before taking off. Three of them wandering into Bloomquist's backyard.
They, like, looked right at me, and, I mean, I was like, okay, don't make noise. Like, I think I gotta be quiet. Like, you know, you learn with a bear, you know, you make a lot of noise, you gotta, like, make yourself big. And I'm like, with zebras, no one's taught me what to do when you're, like, approached by zebras.
The zebra once again taking off. One of them believed to be the baby, winding up in Courtney Luther's backyard.
He was very skittish and kind of backed into a tree, didn't know what to do, kind of lost his gang, I guess. And so he didn't know when he was going to take off, but once he jetted, we sort of created this human bridge to make sure that he got into the backyard safely, which is where he stayed for several hours afterwards.
Three of the zebra were eventually reunited at this private horse farm.
I've caught a lot of different wild animals for people, for different sheriff's departments and ducks and such. It happens, and so we thought, well, let's just see if we can help.
Good Samaritan and rodeo wrangler David Danton using his skills to corral two of the animals to safety.
We made it to where the path of least resistance is right where we wanted them to be, and they gently walked up and got in the trailer and they're fine. So it actually went as good as it possibly could, so it's good.
The final hurdle, working to find the final zebra still on the loose in North Bend.
It started as a slow Sunday, and now it's a very busy Sunday, very entertaining Sunday, wild.
A very exciting weekend, no doubt. And checking with the animal's owner, all animals appear to be in good health. They will be staying the night at that private horse farm and stable. In the newsroom, Dave Detling, Fox 13 News.
It's not every day you see a zebra wandering through a residential neighborhood. This mischievous mammal was spotted after escaping a zoo in South Korea, a perplexing sight for pedestrians. It tried to find an escape route but couldn't navigate the maze of streets. Rescue workers eventually stepped in, shooting the zebra with a tranquilizer dart. It tried to fight it for a while, but eventually gave in. Once the zebra was on the ground, several people worked together to load the large animal into a truck bed. When the excitement was over, the zebra was safely returned to the Seoul Children's Grand Park, with a hell of a story to tell. This is Inside Edition Digital.
A Miller County man has been searching for a unique pet in a wooded area in the county. The gate for Marty the zebra was left open, according to its owners, and since Joe McDevitt, who owns Black and White Roofing, has been documenting the search for Marty on his TikTok. According to McDevitt, they have spotted Marty recently and attempted to use a dart gun to administer a tranquilizer to the zebra in an effort to get Marty back home. Coming up at 6, hear from the owner of Marty and what the next step is in the attempt to bring the zebra home.
The search is on for missing zebras in Prince George's County. They escaped from this farm. Fox 5's Josh Rosenthal is live in Upper Marlboro with more. They're looking for what I believe is a dazzle, right? That is a group of zebras. Learning so much tonight.
I'm going to have to look that one up, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, you know, you do this job long enough, Angie, you think you've seen it all. But this is a new one. Take a look back here. This is Crane Highway, Upper Marlboro, very major road, and yet those zebras apparently were spotted not all that far from here. Check out this video shot by the Curling family. It's hard to make out, but if you look really closely, you can see some zebras. Here's the deal. According to Animal Control, 3 zebras escaped from a private farm located a little under 5 miles from where we are now. We got some chopper footage there tonight. You can see the zebras that didn't escape. We're told the ones that did made a run for it either last Thursday or Friday. Since then, they've been spotted a few times, including by Layla Curling. She said she saw them in her backyard when she walked into her kitchen to get a snack. Here's what Layla told us tonight, as well as what her dad said when his wife called to tell him the news.
I thought my mind was playing tricks on me.
So I thought maybe, she's been in the house too long, or she's having a fever or something. So she said, I'm going to send you a video. One of my first thoughts was, well, maybe somebody had a birthday party and they painted some horses for some 4-year-olds or something, because there's no way in the world some zebras could be here in Upper Marlboro just roaming around like deer.
And yet, here we are. If you spot these zebras, you're asked to please call Prince George's County Animal Control. Guys.
A wild sight in a Nassau County neighborhood today. FWC is investigating a zebra that got loose and then was shot and killed. Tonight, News from Jackson reporter Corey Peel has what neighbors are saying.
In the backyard of this home is where the zebra was put down, according to neighbors. I've been told that zebra's name is Shadow, and neighbors I spoke with say they never expected to see a zebra in their neighborhood, and they certainly didn't expect to see one get shot. This picture of a zebra named Shadow was captured by Janae Watkins. We were sitting over there in our yard as she and other neighbors saw it run through her Callahan neighborhood Wednesday afternoon.
I had to stop and think a minute. It's not every day you see a zebra trotting through your neighborhood.
I went to the kitchen window to get a glass of tea, and I looked out, and my little dogs was barking. There was a zebra standing in the road. So I wiped my eyes and looked again to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing, and it started running off.
We're told the zebra escaped here from Cottonwood Ranch, then took off down Old Dixie Highway. The ranch is more than 2 miles from Watkins' neighborhood. Deputies say the zebra was injured during its escape. As law enforcement arrived, Shadow made its way into a yard at the end of the cul-de-sac, where deputies say the zebra was shot by its owner.
Then you heard pow, and everybody was back there, and the zebra was down, and they were back there for a while.
FWC tells News4Jax the owner did not have a valid captive wildlife license for the zebra.
And then when the guy was coming out with the zebra in the back of his truck, we said, can we get a picture? He said, no, I got to go. He said, I'm probably going to be charged for this. And he took off.
It's unclear why the owner shot the zebra, but neighbors feel lethal force wasn't the answer. FWC has not said if the owner of the zebra will face charges, because that is still under investigation. I spoke with a family member who told us who the owner was, but I reached out to that person and they have denied that they own the zebra. Reporting from Callahan, Corley Peel, Channel 4, the local station.
In the northern highlands of Tanzania is the Ngorongoro Crater. It's the dawn of the zebra's day. A rising sun slants across the crater floor and gradually illuminates a treasury of wildlife. Nearly 5,000 zebras live among the vast herds of other animals like wildebeest and antelope. Today, like all days, there are challenges and risks to be faced, but there is also a sense of peaceful cooperation among the animals who live here. Each day, the zebras follow the same routine, the search for food and water and safety from their predators. The beauty of this African landscape conceals its harsh reality, and what for every zebra is a daily struggle for survival. Northern border is an Ngorongoro Conservation Area. It has been a wildlife reserve area for almost 20 years, and it is here that some of the most important observations of zebra behavior have been made. The hills surrounding the ancient crater floor rise to almost 2,000 feet. This is an enclosed area of about 150 square miles, with huge herds of animals that roam freely, protected from hunting and poaching that often happen outside its boundaries. Zebras stand about 4 feet in height to their shoulders. They are smaller than horses, more the size of wild ponies. But surprisingly, no two are the same. The basic pattern is fixed, but the individual details differ. Each one is as individual as human fingerprints. Although zebras appear to be white horses with black stripes, the reverse is just as true. This is a dark zebra, in which the black bands are so broad that the white parts are reduced to very narrow stripes and spots. It looks like a black animal with white markings. Zebra's striping patterns are formed in the early stages of development when they are still embryos. When the two variations meet, the difference between them is quite striking. Some young zebras are born with brown and white stripes, but eventually blossom as they reach 1 year of age. Zebras live in small family groups, usually in a single stallion and 2 to 6 mares with their foals. The adults hopefully stick together for a lifetime, as long as 15 to 20 years. It is difficult to distinguish males from females because they are the same physical size. It's their behavior that sets them apart. This is a stallion. Most of the males are accompanied by a foal. The youngsters always stay very close to their mothers, where they're much safer. In fact, this close-knit family group is the zebra's hope of survival, and the stallion's role is crucial. He keeps his mares by firmly excluding other males. To do this, he is constantly guarding the outer edges of the group and aggressively challenging other males that come within 100 feet. He walks out to this one and they sniff each other, champ, and buck, in what is often called a greeting. It's the stallion's way of acknowledging other males and establishing dominance. If the intruder accepts the stallion's dominance, serious fighting can be avoided. The stallion also guards his group from predators and looks for missing foals. He tries to defend any member of his family who's in trouble. He also has to keep an eye on unattached males, because there are plenty of young stallions around waiting to abduct one of his wives or his daughters to form their own family group. Immature or unattached males live in bachelor groups like this one until they reach the ages of 5 or 6 years. Here, a mature stallions are also fighting to establish their own social order and dominance. When a stallion who hangs on the group becomes too old to defend his mares, or should he be killed, the most dominant male from the bachelor group will take his place. Greetings among males can be a sign of friendliness. In harem species, mature stallions do not attempt to steal one another's mares. The challenges come from the younger males. Mature males tolerate each other as long as the visitor is submissive. Facial expressions emphasize the importance of teeth in fighting, and the males are quick to roll back their lips to indicate aggressive intentions. When these challenges do erupt into fighting, they use their strong teeth and jaws to bite at the ears, neck, and throat of their opponent. They often drop to their knees to protect vulnerable areas of their legs. This stallion is chasing a young mare. Courtship for zebras includes a great deal of chasing and nipping at the mare's hindquarters. If the mares are not ready to mate, they lash out with their hind feet. When the mare is in heat for a period of 5 to 10 days each month, the courtship intensifies, and the males will follow the mare constantly. This mare has a new foal. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and the foal is only 10 minutes old and very shaky. The umbilical cord is still attached, but will drop off in a minute or two. During the birth, the mare and her foal are defenseless, so they are guarded by the family stallion. He stays nearby, but she's edgy and won't let him get too close. At first, the foal will follow almost anything, even a wildebeest. So, for the first day or two, the mother prevents other zebras from coming too near, until the foal learns to recognize her smell and strike pattern. The foal must get onto its feet as quickly as possible, and to stay alive, it must know who to run with. Morning is the safest time to be born, because it leaves all day to recover, although no time of day is completely free from danger. Hunters like hyenas are never far away. They're attracted by the sounds and smells of a birth. Hyenas are skillful hunters, but the family groups provide relative safety for the vulnerable offspring. The foal is still protected by the stallion, but it's getting stronger by the minute. Soon it'll be able to run alongside its mother, essential to the young zebra's survival. Hyenas kill more than 400 zebras a year in the crater, so it's clear that the newborn foal must be able to walk as soon as possible. The bond between mother and foal will last for a full year, until her next foal is born. It is not uncommon, however, for a mare to have a foal only once every 2 years. The mare attends to her newborn by licking it and keeping it close to her at all times. Perhaps the most important advantage of the harem arrangement is the group defense of the young. Instead of running away from predators, a herd of zebras can maintain a tight grouping for protection. In the absence of other playmates, foals try to play with their mothers. The males are singularly uninterested. zebras spend much of their time grazing, consuming almost 30 pounds of grass each day. At first glance, the zebras, wildebeest, and elands are all after the same kind of grass for grazing. And yet, the struggle for a share of the fodder has actually driven the rivals to seek out different types of grasses, so that each species is able to take slightly separate portions of the vegetation. The diversity of animal populations all within the same area reflects the evolution of different feeding techniques. Imagine snows from Mount Kilimanjaro that rises in the distance, provides the area with polluted water for good pasture land. In this area of the crater is a swamp of dense rushes. The edge of the swamp is being turned into grassland, but eventually could be new grazing area for the zebras. Elephants play a key role in the process. Because of their enormous size, elephants can penetrate thick papyrus and have the food supply themselves, but not for long. With so many elephants at work, part of the weed swamp is opened up, so that smaller species have access to the elephant's leftovers. When the papyrus is pruned, more buffaloes are next in a succession of grazers. Once the scrub is flattened, grass can grow. A host of antelopes and zebras then move in, but an element of rivalry keeps the contestants apart, nudging each other onto their own separate patches. Zebras live not only plentiful patch of wet grass. By the smell, a stallion can tell instantly whether a mare is in heat. These are all males, and although they know the female is in heat, they will not attempt to mate with her. She will only consent to the advances made by the stallion of her own family group. When it quiets down, the other zebras are content to go about their activities of grooming each other and rolling in the grass. Zebras breed year-round, and their foals can be born in any season. Animals evolve breeding routines that give their youngsters the best chance of surviving. By breeding at any time during the year, the zebra decreases risk from disease, drought, and predators. And their families there all the time to protect the foals. Not so with the zebra's neighbors. Wildebeest have quite a different approach to breeding. They operate in the safety of numbers. And much of the time they live in vast anonymous herds without the benefit of a family structure. The strongest bond is between a mother and her calf. Unlike zebras, wildebeest have a calving season. In the crater, 3,000 are born, mostly during the month of February. By dropping all the calves at once, the wildebeest outmaneuvers its predators by swamping the market. 3 out of 4 don't live very long, but hyenas can't possibly kill every calf. A sufficient number of calves escape to form the future breeding stock. That's the wildebeest's way of safeguarding the species. Male lions, like this one, rarely kill for their food. They wait until a lioness makes the kill, and then move in to take advantage of an available cause. Even though these lions weigh more than 400 pounds, they're smaller than a zebra that weighs closer to 600 pounds. This zebra colt got away, although he's too badly injured to live very long. At the moment, a jaguar is interested in chasing a wildebeest calf. The calf is weak and bewildered and in trouble. But the jackal didn't even get close. As the day wears on, the zebras spend time taking care of their skin. They line up one at a time to best bathe in the thin, open patches. Each one guardedly leaves its own personal scent in the sand. Fine powder may also discourage skin parasites and condition the coat after the animal has worked up a sweat. Grooming keeps the coat clean and combed, and inaccessible parts are serviced by getting one of the family to help. Judging from the time they spend on it, one suspects that zebras get a lot of pleasure from grooming. But there's not always a family member something like a fly's water. Despite the zebra's defenses, the battle is never over. Every animal harbors a host of parasites. Speaking of that, it's the tick bites job. They're specialists in finding food on large mammals. One moment on the zebra, the next on a water buffalo, and finding food in all kinds of nooks and crannies. Giraffes also share their grazing space with zebras. The giraffes live in the woodlands throughout the year to feed on their favorite source of food, acacia trees. Nibbling the tops of trees leaves room for the other animals to graze below. The acacia thorns are crushed by the giraffe's strongly ridged palate. The giraffe's long neck enables it to reach up to a height of nearly 20 feet. At this height, it has a monopoly on the foliage. No other animal, antelope or zebra, could even begin to compete. Even giraffes need thick birds to keep their coats free from parasites. This type of antelope, called a gamma, represents the half-road stage. It browses on bushes and has developed a special trick to help it. motion. The narrow snout helps it to probe between the twigs and spines to reach otherwise inaccessible foliage. Antelope, giraffes, and groundnuts have all adapted to the competition for food, grazing from ground level to the tops of the trees. By midday, the greatest problem is the heat and how to avoid it. Some animals, like these jackals, seek any available shade. Jackals keep cool by evaporating water from their tongues. The lions are in a state of inactivity. Even in the heat of the midday sun, some of the lions remain active. One of the zebras sounds a warning. Lioness is apparently too hot to make any real effort to capture its prey. Forced to leave the shaded area of the woodlands, the zebras move into the heat of the direct sun. soon passes, and the winds are prelude to a more likely kind of storm. High above the plains, the sky has developed great thunderous clouds. By mid-afternoon, the clouds are ready to release their cargo of water. The zebras stand without shelter for their brief afternoon drenching. Fresh green shoots will soon spring up. After the storm, the countryside is refreshed, and the coolness reactivates the animals. The wildebeest and zebras once again return to the favored feeding area of the short grass plains. There is a theory that zebras are less vulnerable when mingling with herds of wildebeest. From this distance, the striping patterns of the zebras stand out, but at a farther distance they blend surprisingly well with the background. The wildebeest are large, dark shapes and are not easy to miss. A predator may therefore spot a wildebeest long before noticing zebras. Other animals have evolved different ways of becoming inconspicuous. Here, gazelles match their background. In soft light, a predator has a more difficult time distinguishing color, and it fools the world in shades of gray. Stripes may help the zebras to go unnoticed in the bush. At first glance, nothing here looks like a zebra. The intersecting lines on the zebra's hide break up the characteristic outline that a lion might be looking for. Although the stripe patterns may serve as camouflage, not all zebra species look alike. There are 3 different species of zebras in the continent of Africa. The zebras of the Ngorongoro crater are part of a group called plains zebras, that are widespread throughout Tanzania, Sudan, to South Africa and Angola. Another species called mountain zebras are found mostly in mountain ranges of Namibia and Angola. The third species of zebras, called guppies, is the most endangered of all the species. Only a few thousand animals live in the remote desert areas of Kenya. This is Samburu, a baking hot area on the edge of Kenya's northern desert. Guppies live in drier countries than the plains zebras, and have evolved a social organization to cope with the harsher environment. Because food is more scarce, guppies do not live in family groups, nor do they gather in large herds. Instead, mature males stake out territories over an area of about 6 square miles. These territories are usually included grazing areas along the migration routes of females and their foals. If the female is pregnant and about to give birth, she may stay on a male's territory for as long as 3 months. Guppies are good, thick-set zebras, bigger than the plains zebras. Close up, their striping pattern is very apparent, but at a distance, they merge to make a shimmering gray shape. Back in the Ngorongoro crater, it's late afternoon, and the sun is sinking fast, and the evening routine is underway. The crowd is on the move. When lions begin to get restless, they move in fits and starts. Everything is bathed in a glorious golden hue. Water buffaloes are moving to new pastures to graze. The zebra family is heading for its sleeping area. And the Maasai are herding together their cattle for the night. The tranquility is deceptive because the most hazardous part of the zebra's day is just beginning. The hunter's day is just starting and will continue under the cover of darkness for the next 10 hours. In the first hour of twilight, a miracle of deception takes place. The zebras are transformed into ghostly apparitions, almost invisible, even in moonlight. It's daybreak, and some zebras are up and moving about. The predators are up at this early hour too. The hyenas are determined to catch a young zebra. But first, they must dodge the stallion's attacks. He hangs back and tries to protect the foal. Hyenas usually hunt in packs. A wildebeest can be brought down by only a couple of them, so the young foal may not have a chance. And those still alive at the end of the day are the strongest. The Ngorongoro Crater is a well-balanced ecosystem. There is enough rainfall throughout the year to provide a plentiful supply of grazing land for not only zebras, but other animals as well. For years, zebras were hunted for their skin and brought a high price in the commercial market. This kind of hunting drastically reduced populations of zebras that lived in surrounding areas outside the protection of the pack boundaries. But Tanzania has set aside almost 4% of its land area for conservation purposes. A larger percentage of land devoted to wildlife than any other country in the world, including the United States. In all, Tanzania has 11 national parks and has a long-standing commitment to protect its natural resources. Many people are transmitting their feel that these lands and the wildlife that inhabit them should be held in trust for the world and its future generations. Although the zebras of Monongahela Crater are not endangered, their populations could be pushed to a critical point if disease or drought affected them. Sooner or later, all will be challenged to put their skills to use to survive, including this little fellow, who's just 1 day old.